Military tactics. I got military tactics. Hey. Military tactics. I got military tactics. Hey. Military tactics. Pull up on a nigga with a Nash. Bitch, I blast you. Grenades on deck. Motherfucker, I gas you. I keep it coming in full of road niggas. Keep it Claymore by the dough nigga. Yo, storm make it rain when you punch your nigga. If I got no gun, I'ma punch your niggas. Spraying on them niggas with the lancer. Meet me in the hill, we can dance, bruh. Take charge in the field like Amanda. Last man standing with my hands up. Drop a payload like it's Halo. Call it Titanfall when these balls drop. My niggas say less. We on Apex. This Spitfire got 100 shots. Pinned down by a sniper nest. Yeah, right. Call it airstrike. My team pull up with them rocket launchers. You mad, huh? It ain't fair, right? My nigga Grid told me watch the angles. Broadband bullets, we bad and dangerous. W's, that's what's happening. Not so sure about your antics, but we got military tactics. Military tactics. Military tactics. Military tactics. I got 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 military tactics. Military tactics.
Yeah, feel great today, no regrets about it. Damn, they checked out to getting checks about it. Shit low with a nigga, got a nigga, but still fuck with a nigga. I don't even ask about him. Soon she check in, then I exit out it. Head game on point, soon come louder. Niggas hate, we ain't worried, brother. Shooters on deck like Curry's brother, throwing dirt on my name, but it's cool though. You see the dog on my side, call her Cujo. All the guys gon' ride when there's new smoke. Shorty one down like he looking for a new hoe. Hit up Z for a conversation. Speaking code, all abbreviations. Head doctors got them feds watching, and we need body count confirmation. Lil niggas, still niggas, house niggas, feel niggas. I don't really feel niggas. Tell a round table, I look around tables, don't see killers. Thrash, quick with the gimmicks, nigga. When I first met you was a chemist, nigga. Now all of a sudden you handle paperwork. Well, in the hood we call that snitching, nigga. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me turn my camera on. Let me turn my camera on. What's good, people? What's good, people? I know it's been a minute since y'all done seen your boy. But man, bro, your boy got a lot of stuff going on, but gonna try to get y'all some content done today, man. Before I gotta go back to work and shit. So as you all come in, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get it popping. There's a lot of things we gotta talk about today, a lot of news. I gotta get my shit off today. I have to get my shit off today. All right. So as you guys come in, hit the like button, share it out. I haven't really shared it out yet. I just went live. I was waiting on other guys to join, but I don't know. I don't know where Double O Mellow is. Noah was in here, but he had dropped out. So hopefully if them guys will pop back up and I add them to the show. But other than that, we finna get it cracking. We finna get it popping. I gotta talk my shit. It's been oh man, it's some shit to talk about. There's some shit. The financial numbers that just came out with Xbox and PlayStation. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk my shit. The whole KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, being delayed indefinitely. Yeah, we're gonna talk about shit. The leaks for Halo Forge looks fucking incredible, and I'm going to discuss my opinion on how Forge can be the reemergence or resurgence for the Halo Infinite as a whole. Because what I've seen them doing in that game in terms of what they have access to now, you can pretty much build you a game from scratch. But we're gonna get into that, man. So like I said, as you guys come in, hit the like button. Thank y'all for joining. And we're gonna get it popping in just a minute. I'm just sending this out. So I can let people know that that I just went live. But yeah, how y'all been doing, man? I know y'all ain't seen me in a while. Man, I'm just going through some shit. I am going through some shit right now. You see here, I got a lot of stuff on my plate and things like that. Some family issues and some serious shit that's going on and stuff like that. So yeah, but anything copacetic, I'll get back to it and we'll be good. We'll be good. So let me continue to share this out, and then we're gonna get started because the cap the cap that's been going on the cap that's been going on in these gaming communities. Shout out to my brother Kratos with the $10. Let me tell y'all something, brother. I know everybody been asking me like what happened to Kratos Twitter account. Everybody been asking me, did the bots get him banned? Where did he go? I will say this, man. Just seeing y'all love, y'all thoughts and prayers to Kratos right now. You know, that's all I will say. What if at whatever specific time that he would want to address what's going on, he can address it himself. But if you're in the chat, I don't care what side you on, Xbox, PlayStation, or not. Just send y'all love and y'all thoughts and y'all prayers out to our brother Kratos, man. We want to send all positive energy and love his way. But thank you, Kratos, for that super chat. So yeah, I'm gonna get started because I gotta talk my shit. I gotta talk my shit, man. Because, you know, especially with these sales, I want to start off with the sales, okay? And the reason why I want to start off with the sales is because, you know, we will call it the other side. We will call it the other side. They've been walking around with their chest pumped out. You feel me? The other side been walking around with their chest pumped out, right? Especially when it comes to sales, game sales and things like that. Especially when it comes to hardware sales and Sony financially dominating everybody and everything, right? And, you know, Microsoft ain't, you know, $1 trillion. And then these financial reports come out. And it's a different tune, right? Because what we've been hearing, right, lately, thanks for joining. We got a 706 gamer in here. All right. And before we get, I ain't even shot nobody out in the chat. Let us shot. We're gonna shout the chat out first. Cause I'm ready to get in my bag.
You can't wait to get to it, huh?
Yo, I forgot to shout these people because I'm ready to get in this bag, bro. So shout out to King Reaper 74G, on Darth Kermit, Harry Balls, Tag Kid 86, Iron Mike, Aaron Parliament, like my brother Kratos, who else 2022, Magnum Force, 44. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the 27 people watching. Thanks for joining. But I want to continue this because, like I said, we're gonna start with these financials because I've been told, and I'm pretty sure y'all have been told that Xbox gamers don't buy no games, right? We've been told that Game Pass is not only bad for developers, but it's bad for the industry, right? We've been told that Sony first party games sell regardless because they're bangers. They're bangers. You know, everybody want to play Sony first party games, right? And you look at these financial results. I'm going to start off with Xbox first. I'm going to bring this up on screen. We're going to start off with Microsoft first. Let me see if I can find these finance. There we go. We go to Benji Sales. Benji Sales is always clutch in terms of the financial information. Now, Microsoft dropped their information first a day before.
Hey, hold on, real quick, post before you get started.
Mhm.
Catch these super chats real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout,
Go ahead.
shout out to bro. What up, J Dubs? With the $9.99 holla. Man, you could have threw another penny in there, bro. Nah, but shout out to Kratos, man. How you been, bro?
Mhm.
Shout out to the bro King's Blood. Hey, yo, me and King's Blood, we got that dub in Warzone yesterday.
Mhm.
Salute to the bros, but Post finna start lying. Man, you know Post never lie, bro. You finna come in here and preach the truth.
Wait, hold on. That's how you feel, bro? You just gonna instantly tell these people I'm about to start lying? Thanks for the dub, though. Shout out to my bro. I love you, though, bro. I love you, bro. I need to holler at you too. I ain't hollered at you in a minute, bro. Since the last time we had our conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna put this Microsoft information up on the screen. We're gonna see who lying though. We're gonna see who lying. Because the numbers don't lie, player. The numbers don't lie. They trying to, hey, Magnum, they trying to stop the facts already. But you can't stop the facts. You can't stop the facts. Hold on, let me do this. We're gonna make this bigger, my nigga. You feel me? Now we're gonna start off with the facts now. We're gonna start off with my Microsoft financial report first, okay? Before we get to Sony, because that is the grand finale for this discussion. Okay, it says Xbox gaming results for Microsoft on fiscal year 2022 quarter 4. Gaming revenue declined 7%, right? Content and services revenue declined 6% due to lower engagement hours in monetization in third and first party content, right? Xbox hardware revenue declined 11% and Game Pass subscribers continue to grow. Wow. So you had a decline in gaming revenue, you had a decline in content and service revenue, which was around 6%, lower engagement hours and monetizations in third and first party content, yet in a decline in hardware sales a little bit, yet Game Pass subscribers continue to grow. Now, when this financial report came out, all the ponies, the ponies ran with this. They ran with that 7% that the revenue decline. Oh, they was on Twitter talking they shit, boy. They was on Twitter talking they shit. No, did you see all the tweets?
I did, bro. I saw the tweets. I saw some of Bang Bang, some of the dudes at Facebook. It's over for Xbox.
It's over for Xbox. They ain't making this. They ain't doing this. Off this one. Now, mind you, we're gonna scroll down though. We're gonna scroll down because I need y'all to see this. Worth noting, despite a slight decrease across the board in revenue, this is still their second highest Q4 ever in gaming. Huh? But they skipped that. They skipped that, brother Noah.
Is this all time post like between all generations or just
all generations?
Xbox Series?
Oh, Not only that though. Nadalia came out and said that the Xbox Series X and S has outsold the PlayStation in the US for 3 quarters straight.
3 quarters? Hold on.
Yes.
Let me see that.
3 quarters straight. Right? I can put that up on the screen too, right? And the Series X and S is the fastest selling system ever for Xbox. Let's talk about it.
Clap it up, man. We got to clap it up. We got to clap it up.
Am I lying, King's Blood? Am I lying? Follow me now, brother. Am I lying? Yes. Yeah. You came to hear your brother speak. I'm going to tell you the facts, whether you like what the facts is or not. We're going to give you the truth. Now,
they got to hear it, bro.
You got to hear it. Now, you see all these, despite, dropping some percentages in gaming revenue, contents and service, hardware, Game Pass continue to grow despite not having any AAA bangers on the market, right? They continue to outsell PlayStation in the US.
who would have told you that before this generation started? Because prior to this generation, people said Microsoft was going to pick up the way they left off with the Xbox One generation, right? But ponies ran with that 7%. They ran with the hardware revenue declining and stuff like that, 11%. Oh, they was having a party. They was having a party. What's up, Titus? They was having a party. Until Sony financial report came out. All right. So we're going to move along. We're going to get to it because I got to talk my shit, right? So I'm just going to scroll up. And when I'm scrolling up, what you think about that in terms of what Microsoft is? No first-party games on the market yet, really, right? No really AAA banger out there. Not even from third party yet, outside of.
Hold on, we got Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5.
Forza
But
Horizon
they
5.
released last year. I guess you're talking about terms of
2022. Yeah. Not really. It's been a lack thereof content. I could be honest with that. But even with that, the hardware continues to sell and Game Pass numbers continue to grow. Right? And so we're gonna scroll on up because shout out to Benji Sales too. He always put things in a concise manner where we can just we gonna
bullet points.
Yeah, bullet points. We're gonna put that on the screen.
Shout out to bullet points. Shout out to Benji Sales too.
Now, as I look at this, Noah, do you see some things that look questionable to you as you look at what's on the screen right now, player? I see a few things that's what you think about what you see. Break it down. What's your perspective on what you see on the screen, brother?
Before I do that, I got a question. Sony revenue. Sony this is year over year, right? Or
this quarter. This is fiscal year 22. This their quarter one results.
Sony's revenue is typically higher than
Microsoft
Xbox division, right?
Yes, I think they be in like the 2024 billion somewhere up in there, or million if I'm not mistaken.
And what Microsoft normally about 16, 17?
Yeah, around 16, close to around this time they was like 16.55 billion, so they was close to 17. I think Sony 17. Was around 24.
So let's do some math here, right? 24 billion. What's 2%?
He pulling the calculator out. Oh my people.
This is what we do here. We put things in perspective.
He's bringing out the calculator. He's pressing buttons, and he is going to bring you the math. Yes. What's up, Guru the Legends?
That's a $480 million loss in revenue, right?
Oh shit, 480. 480 off.
You said they make about 17 billion?
They was at 16.55 billion.
16.55. All right. It's a lot of zeros.
Yeah, there's a lot of zeros. And
about 7% of that is about 1.1 billion. So that 2%, even though Microsoft saw a bigger loss in revenue, that 2% is still substantial. Yeah, because they normally make more.
They make more revenue, so that 2%.
Yeah,
the 7% looks larger than the 2%, but the 2% is actually larger than the 7% of what the 7% that Microsoft lost. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We bring you the facts here at State of Gaming. Facts. Do the math. This has been Do the Math segment featuring your brother 706 Game.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. That's not really a big loss.
Yeah.
Because they normally make a lot. But what's concerning is that 37% loss in profit.
Profit decrease. Like,
what is Sony spending their money on? It costs you that much to make a remaster?
Well, they tried to put it. They did say the increase in game development, and the ponies was trying to say, well, they just purchased Bungie, but Bungie doesn't affect this quarter. I think.
But look, though,
what I heard, Bungie
that
impacts the next quarter.
Exactly. What profit is what's left after the money you make, right?
Right after what you get for revenue. Yeah.
After you get your profit, then you decide what you're gonna, where that profit goes. You don't.
Right.
These are big companies, big corporations. They got cash on hand. They got a budget. They got capital by companies and put. They're not making the money today and then putting that money towards development on the in the game today. This is money that they've been making throughout the years when they're developing these games. So we're talking about this quarter. So what has cost Sony 37% of their profit? Maybe they paying Jim Ryan too much.
I don't know. What, the police tried to tell me, well, they've been banning all these studios, and they brought Bungie, and they the pandemic over, and inflation is rising. People just
let's say that's the case. Then if Bungie costed you 37% of your profits, maybe that wasn't the best business move.
Ruhan, we know this a quarter. We know this a quarter. We know this a quarter. Let us get our shit off. Ruhan.
Yeah, this a quarter. This a quarter.
We're talking about in a quarter.
But these quarters add up, bro. If it's 37% this quarter, what we looking like next quarter? What change is Sony going to make quarter to quarter? Because this doesn't look good to investors. You making all this money, but what are you doing with it? And you haven't came out with, like, let's be real, right?
Yeah.
They haven't really came out with nothing new. Everything's been a remaster or an expansion or sequel to the games they had before. So like what are you really developing?
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima remastered, Death Stranding remastered, The Last of Us Part 1. It's a remaster. It's not a remake. What are you spending your money on, Sony? Outside of acquisitions?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Look, hey King, you better get your goal. King, you try to roast something. I am hungry. I ain't even ate lunch. I ain't ate lunch. I'm supposed to be on my lunch break, but I ain't ate lunch. But I will say this. Look at me. I got stuff on the screen that don't even supposed to be on the screen. Look at that. Like, I'm reaching out to my brother Play. Seeing if you want to hop on the show. I forgot I was screen sharing. You feel me? That was a Z move right there. That was a Z move right there. I did a Z move live on stream, my brother. I forgot I was screen sharing. I'm texting. I'm sitting playing.
Oh, man, we live post. You can't edit that out.
Show? I can't. Hey, no, I'm gonna leave that on the show, brother. At least it wasn't nothing else.
Did you ask that man? Did he hit or not?
Nah, I said you wasn't. Okay, so look, this is the thing that I took a look at, right? The 47.1 million units of software. I think that's probably third-party software. And they move about 47.1 million units of third-party software. Then you come to the first-party software, 6.4 million. Huh? 6.4 million. Huh?
That's amongst all first party.
Of their first party games. Huh?
Now, to be fair, this is a quarter.
Okay, so, this is a quarter. Okay. But the ponies be talking different, though, no? They talk different about buying games. You feel me? They say they support the developers. They don't believe in services like Game Pass. We buy our games. We support the developers, right?
Wait a second. So this is from March through April. It's April, May, June. All right. So Gran Turismo dropped in March. Horizon Forbidden West dropped in February. So that's about 2 months of sales not accounted for in Horizon. And like 1 month of sales not accounted for Gran Turismo 7. But this is amongst all first party. This is like everything, Uncharted, all that, Death Stranding.
But haven't the ponies been celebrating? Haven't the ponies been celebrating how they buy games? So I mean, tell me this though. It's
starting to like it's still like look
right, and I'm asking,
bro, going
even
forward.
if even in this quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Horizon Forbidden West don't stop selling. GT7 don't stop selling. Seafood and all of these other games that they've been celebrating.
That's not first. That's not first.
Well, I'm just talking about all the first Ratchet and Clank. Spider-Man. All of these games, they're still out there. They don't stop selling just because they're in a different quarter. I'm asking that because Sony fans have a tendency to talk about their games in terms of they just forever selling, forever. Like they shit always being sold. Like motherfuckers always buying they shit. And look at the numbers.
Man, it's always been a lot put out there. Like these first party games is what sell consoles. When I go through my PlayStation, when I do boot up my PlayStation, everybody's playing the same games I'm playing. Apex Legends, Fortnite, Call of Duty. But I rarely see a first party game being played. Maybe on release, I'll see a couple, but it's so few far in between.
Yeah.
The casuals move the market, bro, and the casuals are playing the free to play games.
Yeah. And when I saw these numbers, I'm like, what? You get that falsetto. What? You feel me? And then you go 79% of their sales was digital.
Yeah.
What happened to and that's another thing the ponies talk about, how they
I like to own my games.
Copies. I like to own my games. If it's digital, you don't own it. You don't own it's not yours. You have to buy the physical. So why 80% of their community now is purchasing their games via digital. Like the cap is real, right? And then you get to the PlayStation Plus subscribers, and this is another thing that gets me, because when PS Now was separate from PS Plus, they didn't dare compare the PS Now subscribers to Game Pass. They didn't never do that because they knew it wasn't really a competition. But now that PS Now and PS Plus has come together, now it's, we got more subscribers than Game Pass. Huh? What? That's what we doing? Then, not only that, don't know it, you go to 102 million monthly active users. You know that was 105, right?
Yeah.
At first. So you lost 3 million monthly active users. When you just launched
3 million with the Game Pass, that's what happened.
When you just launched a new service, a new gaming service that's somewhat similar to Game Pass. So you didn't gain active users, you lost. What is going on? How could you lose? And then not only that, you know what else is not on this screen? Noah.
What's that?
Yo, what's good?
What's good, Play? Thanks for joining, brother.
What's
you
up,
know
Rose?
what else? You know what else not on the screen?
What's that?
They playtime is down 15%.
Oh.
So they're not buying games. They're not playing their games. This is the same shit they shit on. Say Xbox players don't do.
They on Twitter.
Basically. Play, what was your perspective when you see the numbers from Microsoft and PlayStation?
I think I was a bit surprised, to be honest. The first party sales kind of don't surprise me from either one, because most people who buy consoles are playing third party games anyway.
Yeah.
So the only people that stuff matters to is us knuckleheads on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I was a bit surprised to see the profit decrease, and what further surprised me is that this had apparently nothing to do with Bungie, which I saw people were trying to use to justify it.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I've always questioned the record-selling console stuff that's been going on, because I don't understand how you're selling at a high record in the middle of a chip shortage. That's been happening since the pandemic began. So.
Yeah,
I can understand that being the case right out the gate, because you already had consoles made, but as the generation was going on and factories weren't open, I never saw how that was continuing. So I was a bit surprised by the profit decrease.
37%. That's a big number.
It is a huge number.
That's a huge number. In business and corporate, that's a very huge number.
Yeah, especially for Sony, who other divisions don't make them any money anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a bit surprised. What didn't surprise me was the hypocrisy that was going to happen on Twitter. because hypocrisy is the currency of the console war. Because we all Microsoft and Sony make us hypocrites every other day at some point. So, so, so I wasn't surprised by that. But and fiscal year 2022 quarter one results. What exact months are those? Because I noticed
that's
April
through June.
April through June. All right, and GT7 and they came out in quarter four of 2021 fiscal year, right?
Right.
Okay, so they didn't have those games released at that time. So those games primarily sold probably those first couple weeks or whatever. They didn't have much come out. But I guess I'm not too surprised by the numbers. I'm surprised more at the 21.7 million lifetime sales. Because I figured that number would be higher.
That's
what I was looking at too.
That's how many shipped. Well, I mean, we're gonna sell.
Shipped is sold.
Yeah.
But somebody told me the PlayStations they sell out, and
well, I did notice the other day. I did notice the other day that they was up for PS5 Direct for quite a lot of time.
They've been sitting in Best Buy getting dusty.
Yeah, because I even got an email from PlayStation Direct about.
Said, please buy this. We need the money.
and another thing is that they've been bundling a lot, especially Horizon Forbidden West. I don't think you can go out and buy a PlayStation right now without getting Horizon Forbidden West bundled with it.
Yeah.
Did when the game first released, did it come with bundled, or was that something they did afterward?
No, they added it later.
I think they added it later, but that's all you see now is those bundles.
I wonder why. I wonder if the game didn't really sell that well starting out, because I wouldn't see like God of War. That game's gonna get bundled day one. I expect it to be bundled day one.
You think it's gonna get bundled day one?
I definitely think it is. I think they're gonna have one where they want to ship more consoles, and they're gonna bundle that game because that's gonna be a must-play game. So, but I'm surprised Forbidden West didn't get bundled because normally any big game they bundle. Spider-Man had his own console, when that first dropped. So I was surprised they didn't. I expect them to bundle.
I think they had the God of War faceplates ready for launch by then too as well, or a God of War system that come with custom faceplates. I definitely, when I heard about the Last of Us 2 sales, 10 million in what 2 years, 3 years, 2.5, somewhere up in there. You look at these numbers, you understand why Jim is transitioning and trying to transition quickly in terms of the games as a service games that they're trying to bring out within the next 2 or 3 years. And I told people this on previous shows that this is happening with a sense of urgency, as if Sony know they're late to the game and they're trying to play catch up. And you can, whether you're a fan of Sony or not, a fanboy, whatever, it's no way you're putting out 10 game as a service in the next 3 years. He said about 2025, right?
Yeah
in the next 3 years you're putting out 10 games as that tells me we need to move with a sense of urgency, because we are behind in a sector and we're spending a lot of money on our first party titles in terms of development and putting out these big AAA titles, but we're not recouping our investment costs.
And to that point, because this is the funny thing, Sony states the profit declines are because I'm reading one of these Benji sale tweets. Lower third-party game sales, lower first-party game sales, but forget those two. Increased costs of internal game development, which tells me they ain't making their money back.
No.
So all this talk about quality games don't need to be in a subscription service. It hurts the quality. Yeah, I bet that doesn't mean as much to them as this loss of money making these games that they're not recouping their money on. That I guarantee you, Jim Ryan's not concerned as much about quality as he's concerned about it. We're at a loss making these games. So how are they going to recoup that? They're gonna have to start putting them games in a subscription service
and day and date on PC,
and getting that regular recurring revenue.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only solution to this.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you can't be making quality games like The Last of Us 2 with the best animation in all of gaming, and you sitting here losing money. But we're on Twitter bragging about 10 million sales, but Sony sitting here telling us that 10 million sales ain't getting our money back.
No, because you look at, and I think gamers don't realize it, and I think Microsoft was smart enough to foresee this in terms of and look at what we're investing not only in game development, but look at what we're probably investing twice as much for marketing, right? Then when these games come out, we may recoup what we made off what we invested for the development, but we ain't touched what the double digits that we just put into marketing. When you sell a product, you just don't want to recoup the money that you invested in that product. You want to recoup everything, and that's marketing, everything. You want to recoup all of that, and that's why Game Pass was such a smart idea, because it allows them to subsidize the cost, and you got money coming in. Yeah, we're spending money in game development, but as we spending money is coming in. So as much as money going out, we have money coming in, And so if we spend, just say we spend $900 million in a year for total development costs across all our first party titles, where in Game Pass we making $1 billion or so off that, so we're getting some of that money back, and I think that's why Sony came up with that 3-tiered approach with their service. They're trying to get as much money out of their fan base as possible, number one, and that's why they're not gonna budge on them $10 increases and them upgrades or none of that. They trying to get every dollar they can right now. And day and date is gonna happen. Go ahead, no, I'm sorry.
Oh no. I was just doing some research. I was looking at the previous quarter. They didn't even profit the previous quarter. Like it's kind of been flat from quarter to quarter, but this is the first time it's dropped from what I'm reading. So this isn't like this isn't a one-off. This has been a trend when it comes to Sony profiting. They make the money now. They just overspent.
Well, I mean, they make movies and games. I'm not faulting them for it, but that just takes. I mean, how long did it take The Last of Us 2 to be developed for? Wasn't that game in like 7 years in development?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's a long time. It's a super long time. I mean, the last one came out when? Like, what year was that?
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
The Last of Us 2 came out 2 years ago. That's 7 years since Naughty Dog actually made a game. That's 7 years of paying salaries.
Yeah.
All of that. Plus
insurance, health insurance, all that's good.
Right. And I don't know how they factor in game development costs. I don't think it's their salaries they're factoring into that, because that's just what you're paying them to work. It doesn't include the cost to do those animations, studio stuff, all of that. So for 7 years, I don't know how much it took to make it, but that's a long time waiting to see what you're going to recoup on that game.
Hold on.
How many PS Plus? Oh, 47.3. So they did so let's I'm just comparing quarters, right? Last quarter they have 47.4 PlayStation Plus subscribers. 47.4. And now they're sitting at 47.3. So the PlayStation Plus subscribers actually went down after they introduced. When did they introduce the premium and the extra? The extra.
Wasn't it at the beginning? Wasn't it close to the beginning of this year? I don't remember exactly.
It was recent, right?
Yeah, it wasn't no longer. It couldn't have been no longer than 7 months ago. I think it was sooner than that.
So they lost subs after introducing the new tiers and combining PlayStation Now PS Plus. So I'm looking at Q4 2021. They were sitting at 47.4 PlayStation Plus subscribers. Also, the monthly active users went down 4 million. They were sitting at 106 million active users. Now they're at 102. So you're down 4 million active users. So these players, they either stop gaming or they went elsewhere to play games.
Yeah, but that's happened with Microsoft as well, correct?
Nah, Game Pass, they've gained more Game Pass
They gained
subscribers.
more. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Now the revenue's going down,
Right.
but they've actually added subscribers since the previous quarter. Sorry, man. Just doing a little comparing here while we're waiting on posts. It's the other thing. Sony combined services to falsely increase numbers, and the numbers actually decrease. Did you hear that post?
What happened? What happened?
So I'm looking at the 2021 Q4, and I can put it in the DM if you want.
But, okay, put it in the DM. Put it in the DM.
PlayStation. Yeah, matter of fact, let me see it.
So we get it up on screen. But shout out to Stony King with the $25. Much appreciated, brother, for the support. Will Sony increase the price of the PS5, aka MetaQuest 2 style? If that happens, it will be their biggest L. That's a good question. We know we're in a period of inflation. And you have a lot of corporations that's with record earnings right now that's raising prices for no reasons, and they're getting over on the citizens, over on us, period. Do you think if this continues, because gaming is not a necessity, bills are a necessity, food, rent, cars, things like that are a necessity. When things in the food is at an all-time high in terms of cost. Everything is skyrocketing right now. Gas is still up, even though it's supposed to be coming down. I still go to gas station. It's still $5.40 some or 30 some cent a gallon. If Sony or Microsoft numbers continue to decline, do you think they will raise the prices of these systems? I think Microsoft can I think they can
weather it. Yep.
They can weather it, yeah.
Sony, you just don't. I mean, they have multiple streams of income. They just don't have multiple streams that are profitable. Yeah. That's their problem. Microsoft is 100% service oriented. So Xbox, if they're not bringing in what they hope, they have other businesses to help support it. So I don't foresee them doing this. Sony, I could see doing it for sure.
And another thing is that I think Microsoft is the number one data center in terms of the most data centers in the world now. I think they just released that information. They have the most data centers in the world now, and they're about to open up 10 more. That's crazy. And I think Azure, Windows, and Office, being how those are, they just money cows. I think they can weather the storm and wouldn't have to increase the price of the system. Now, Sony, we don't know, because I know they have their chip department in terms of cameras and stuff like that. I don't know how well their TV department is doing. I don't even think they make computers or laptops anymore, do they? And you hear all the time that Sony relies on PlayStation. So if PlayStation not doing good, does that mean the company as a whole is not doing good? And if they get to a point where these declines continue to occur, do they increase the price on a PlayStation? If they do, is it about $25, $50, or $100?
I mean, I see they trying to expand into making, like they just released that PC gaming monitor. So obviously they're trying to not just expand in the PC with their games only. They're trying to brand themselves.
They're late to that too.
Oh, they're very late, extremely late. And they used to be in the PC market till Vile just dropped off the face of the market.
Yeah, that's what I said. I ain't seen the Vio product in years, man. Years.
They expect an additional 16%.
What we have here
and profit.
What we have here, Noah? What are we looking at?
Let me see.
We got gaming network services segment supplemental information. This from gaming network service segment sales breakdown. Is this from Sony, right? And the yen is weak too. The yen is weak right now too.
Yeah,
they getting these calls. They dealing with these declines up against a weak yen. So what we looking at right here?
So look at the bottom of the screen, the bottom right.
Okay.
He still got the super chat up. Appreciate that, Stone King.
My bad. Let me get that off the screen. You know, when you put a $25 on, you gotta let it sit and look.
Yeah. We can bring it back up. You know,
no, go ahead.
just covering the data.
No, go ahead.
So we're just comparing quarter over quarter, right? So this is what was reported at the end of January, February, March. So the end of March, they were sitting at 47.4 million subscribers, right? And 106 monthly active users. Compare that to now, they lost 4 million they lost 4 million monthly active users.
Yo,
they actually went down in PS Plus subscribers.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. What was the PS Plus? Hold on, let me look. I can't. Let me get that off screen. Let me see here. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna switch to this window. So they lost 4 million monthly active users. I said 3. I thought it was 3. So they went from 106 to 102.
Yeah.
And then for the let me see here. What is this? The PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, PS Plus 47.4. This is before they introduced the premium and extra.
Yeah.
They actually lost subs.
Yeah, they did.
47.1. Not really significant, but still, you would think, you introduce these new plans.
You would expect that number to increase, though.
Yeah.
Given that you're combining, given the value of PlayStation Plus now that includes PS Now, and given that you're getting access to not only backwards compatibility, but in some form, might not be the form that you like, and then you're getting access to AAA games, PlayStation 4 games and 5 games, you would expect the company they say has the best AAA games in the business, no one beats them. You would expect that number to increase. You would expect the monthly active user numbers to increase. How you introduce a new service that offer you backwards compatibility, that offer you streaming, being able to stream games, that offer you a monthly a monthly catalog of games that you can play PS4, PS5, and you lose subscribers?
Yes, I mean,
something ain't right. And then you look at Microsoft, who took their losses in, gaming and content. They had some issues with engagement as well, but their Game Pass numbers grew.
Wow. Like, hold on, y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
Okay, like they make it make sense. Okay, Microsoft lost money in game revenue, which was down 7%. You got content and services was down 6%. You had hardware down 11%. You had engagement that was down, which is the same as people playing. So less people playing. But your Game Pass subscribers numbers still grew, even though your hardware was down, even though your game revenue was down, even though your content and services numbers were down, your Game Pass numbers still grew. But on Sony's side, their hardware numbers was down, their game was down, and all of that was down, and their services reflect that. Like, what's going on?
You want to know what I think? Or you can go ahead, Noah.
No, just said Ty Kid said, can you show where Xbox subscribers grew? Game Pass subscribers grew. You still got that slide post? Yo,
post, you disappear? I think you might have
disappeared. For a second.
Okay. Here's what I hold
on.
We
about to show it, Ty. We about to show it, Ty. We got you, bro. But go ahead, Rose. Dang, did I lose Rose too?
No, I'm here. My daughter can talk to me.
Okay, my bad. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm just saying though, Microsoft numbers was down across the board, but yet Game Pass grew. Sony numbers was down across the board, but yet their services in terms of PlayStation Plus and monthly active users match their declines in the other area. Yet those same areas that Microsoft declined in, Game Pass is still growing. And we sit up here and we argue now which offers the better value. that tells you right there. Who is this? Legendary? What's up, Legendary? They don't release the numbers. Hey, Legendary. If they say Game Pass numbers grew, they grew. They ain't got to tell you how much it grew back. It could be 15 of them, boys. Y'all said 15, not 15. It could be 15 of them. It grew.
But like this, Sony lost 0.2 million. Mm-hmm. If Xbox gained 0.1 million, that's still growth, brother.
That's still growth. And it's crazy because prior to Sony offering or even announcing their service, you had your legendary villains that's in the chat right now. You had your ponies in the chat right now telling you how Sony doesn't need a service like Game Pass. Okay. They don't need to do that. All right. Because PlayStation first party games sales. Look at the information, Legendary. What happened? What happened, Legendary? What happened? I will bring you on the show too, Legendary. Chat me on Twitter. You want to come on here and state your case? Hit me up on Twitter. I'll send you the link, brother.
I got a response to you. What I think Game Pass subscribers.
You did say that, Legendary. They can't hear you. You said it.
I got a response to you as to why I think Game Pass subscribers grew.
Go ahead, play.
I think it's because of that showcase they had, where all people did. What if Twitter? I say ponies on Twitter complain about we don't see the roadmap. Why y'all ain't talking about Hellblade 2? Yeah. Where was this game? Where was that game? And they just say we just showing you what's coming out the next year.
Yeah, the next 12 months. Yeah.
So those games, many of those are day and date games, which Sony service for the most part does not provide. So what I see is that there's a value to Game Pass that Sony does not provide in their subscription service. That's pretty much it. The same that new Souls-like game, Wukong. I don't remember what the name of it is right now.
Wukong. Right?
Right, that just went up for pre-order. That's $60, so $70, whatever the cost is on Sony. Yeah. That's going to be in a service, that I don't have to pay an additional cost for, when that game releases. And that's not the only quality game that's going to be cross-platform that's coming out. So the value for Game Pass was clearly seen at that conference. There's been no real, how should I say, relevant value for Sony service. Because remember the saying years ago, all you're paying a subscription service to play these old games. And then the day and date started. Well, that's continued, all right? And that's where the value is. That's why you see the subscribers go up. And it's across PC and Xbox. And more of these games are starting to release on both PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass. It's not as siloed as much anymore either. So that's where I see the value of this.
Yeah, and you know what too? It's crazy because there's still games that's being announced for Game Pass. Like what's that company? Annapurna or whatever. They just announced about 4 or 5 new games that's all going to be day and date in Game Pass, and some of like 2 or 3 of the games really caught my eye. So it's this evolution of content that's even after that showcase and that showcase was big because it told gamers, whether you was a hardcore gamer or casual gamers, look, this is 30 games that's going to drop day and date in Game Pass over the next 12 months. And when I hear that, I hear, look, to me, in a time where the cost of everything is going up, inflation and all of this stuff, that lets me know I see nothing but value to me in savings over the next 12 months, right? Because with Game Pass, I don't have to choose between purchasing a game or purchasing a box of oodles and noodles. Fuck is you talking about? What are we doing here? You feel me? I don't have to make that choice. But you had your legendary villains. Let me bring them on show. You had your legendary villains and all the other ponies who told you that Game Pass had no value and all they play is old games. And then when Sony announced their service that was similar, they start celebrating the fact that they will have access to old games. What are we doing here, legendary?
When did I ever say that?
When did you ever say what?
Yo, the cap right now.
What we're coming about?
Okay, do you know what? Post. This is your house. This is your house.
Hey, talk your shit, brother. You can talk your shit, brother. You can talk your shit, brother.
I am on an Xbox podcast, so I'll be respectful. I'll be respectful. This is your house. I'm taking off my shoes, no dirty shoes, putting it on the rugs.
As you should, brother. As you should. Respect the floor. We just put hardware down on them.
I know. Nice Xbox fridges everywhere. I understand it. I know the game.
Okay.
But man, the cap. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
What you mean, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Elaborate.
What did we cap about?
Okay. So Microsoft doesn't even post numbers when it comes to profits. They don't post numbers when it comes to, all they said is Game Pass grew. That term is ambiguous. That could mean anything. Okay.
Let me interject though, legendary.
Go ahead.
You said we capping. Do you hear us up here screaming Xbox numbers?
No. The whole concept, right, is like Microsoft is doing well, right? Game Pass is growing. Sony, oh my God, Sony's in turmoil or something like that.
We never said that.
No, we never said that.
I'll let you rephrase. Go ahead.
Okay. So look, this is all I'm saying. What I'm saying is in terms of how you guys praise Sony in terms of the community and how y'all say, "Oh, we buy our games." Okay. We support the developer. We play our games. We beat our games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Because we get this all the time on the Xbox side that say we don't buy our games, we don't play our systems, we don't do this, we don't do that, and it just doesn't show. So I was kind of making light of that or making fun of that because that's all I'm told that. You know, and when you see these numbers, you like, well, these numbers don't match what they be telling us, you know.
Yeah, but like on Twitter, we are like a very small
echo chamber. Yeah,
we're an echo chamber group. So like the broad audience, they just want to like jump on the mainstream games and just play Fortnite, Call of Duty. They don't really care about
That's what Player Noah was saying.
Exactly.
That's what Player Noah was saying.
So like when it comes to exclusive with buyer games, some of these PS dudes, they don't even buy their games. They don't even care about gaming like that. They're just on Twitter to cap. Okay. So when it comes from those echo chambers, I don't subscribe to those PS community.
Okay.
But at the same time, when I hear capping and it's going a bit too much, you're trying to tell me how nice your house is and new furniture. I get it. Okay, your house is nice. You don't need to tell me and elaborate. Okay, about this sell now. Oh, my couch is worth $5,000. My pot of pants.
You help us get some of these couches up in here, playing. Hey, don't get mad. You help us. If you see a luxury couch, you probably pay for it, brother. You know?
I get it. Let me say, I like it. Of course, I like the show. I don't want you guys to have as much as possible, but just know in the background, I'm wouldn't just write a message when I know the capping is at all time high. That's just me. That's just me.
They say your photo looked like Meek Mill and Isaiah Thomas had a baby. Yo, hey, yo, Vase,
Thomas.
Yo, Vase, you wild for that, Vase. Leave bro alone, bro.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Hey, your hairline cleaner there. We ain't got the one with the hairline. We good. We good. We good.
What's good, legendary?
Oh, what's up, Flame?
But legendary, coming from a person that prefers PlayStation, and what is your perspective and outlook on what the numbers you saw from Sony that they just released yesterday?
Well, like the decline, I think they need to push further into day and date releases, in my opinion.
Wait.
Hey, yo,
Wait,
hold on.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna let you get this play because I know.
Wait a second. Repeat
that.
My brother from across the pond. Please repeat that.
What you say? Because we know what you said before.
Yeah.
Now you can't walk this back. We know what you said in the past. Now could you repeat that?
Pause. I've always been day and date.
Oh,
you're talking about the other.
No, he's right. He's always been day and date. I just want him to repeat it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Okay, so he's always been day and date.
He's always been day and date. Yep.
Okay.
I've always been. Pause. You keep assigning me to these weird echo chambers. Like, nah, I'm not there.
I thought I heard you before when in the Discord saying Sony don't need to do day and date because they gave sales.
Because I
could have sworn
that was probably Rain of the Riff. You know they sounded like.
Oh yeah, they did.
All UK brothers sound the same, you know.
Because like I tend to play a lot, so like trust me, like I will cap, but to that level, like they need to do day and date. These numbers, like in order for you to gain back subscribers, like Game Pass is on Xbox and PC.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are trying to damage control and go, well, guess what? Sony had a bad quarter, they had investments. I'm like, that doesn't make any sort of sense to me.
Yeah.
Like you're losing subscribers. So guess what? In order to gain subscribers, you either have to do one or two things. Either broaden your game genres and push it on new platforms like PC and do day and date, or guess what? You need to reduce development cost.
Can I ask you a question, legendary? To that point, can you tell me why they cannot do games day and date on PC right now? I'm just curious because I know what I say, and people like to say, "I don't know what I'm talking about."
Well,
can you tell me why they can't do day and date right now on PC? All right, because hold on, legendary. I gotta set it up. All right, because people say, all right, that Sony don't need to do day and date because they can come out with games. It's better for them to come out with a game than PC to get it at 3 months or later. Like that's a good business practice. That's what people tell me, and that's why they're not going to do that. Can you tell me the real reason they're not doing day and date right now, legendary?
They're not doing day and date because they don't have the infrastructure right now.
Oh, they don't have the infrastructure. That's exactly what I have been saying, because I don't understand if God of War and these games are so big games, why would a company want to wait for a game to be ported 3 months, 6 months, a year later to recoup the money they could get on release date? That was always my question.
Because it costs money to port, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why they hired that studio. They got the infrastructure.
I think right now Sony's just like developing teams to just put games on PC. Once they have that infrastructure set up, you're going to see day and date. Like I don't get why people think day and date is like a big deal.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's value to the customer.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And not only
the reason why it's got a bad connotation behind it is because Microsoft did it first.
Yep.
That's why. If Sony would have came out and announced day and date on PC before Microsoft, they would PlayStation guys would have championed it. Just like when PS Now came out first. Yeah. Cloud gaming was cool.
Yeah. And then when they found out the service was bad, then
Because think about it. If they really support Sony like this, from Sony's perspective, it is we get one more software sale, and we didn't have to sell one more. That's one less PS5 we got to produce to get them to play a game that we made.
Yeah.
And then another
because
thing
they're in the ecosystem at that point.
It's
So
the reality is too, people like to buy companion hardware. Like people don't just buy iPhones, they buy iPad, they buy Apple Watch. Same with PC and Xbox gaming. You play the game on PC. Man, let me get an Xbox Series X for my living room. Dang, man, that Series S might do good in my bedroom. Like people don't just buy one device or hardware, especially with that's why I love the Xbox ecosystem, because you can pick the game up, start it from one platform to another,
continue to another.
Just
your
like
saves
iOS.
And everything follow your progress. All of that just seamless.
Yeah.
Unless you got to pay for it. Oh, my bad.
Oh yeah. We ain't got that problem on Xbox. But that's where I think Sony just not getting it, bro. This is where we need to be. We need to have it where people can play this game on PC, cell phone, PlayStation, pick up here, finish off over here. Have the same experience.
Yeah.
Because who cares if they buy it on PC? If I'm playing the game on PC, I might not have a PS5, but let me get one so I can put it in my other room.
I just want to relay that point for a second, because I don't think people understand how much of a ripoff it is to pay for cloud saves. Okay, all right. Most of it is metadata, a little text file to tell you your account name, where you left off in the game, and all the stats that's around that. That's it. They do not have to actually save an actual game file like they used to have to do on the old memory cards and stuff like that. It's just some metadata text file for the most part. Some of it can be larger than others, but for the most part, it's just some data in the text file that just going to tell you where you were in the game and the stats you had and all the DLC you had and all that stuff. Literally, that's all it really is.
On that topic, real quick, Rose, when I first met you, you was a Stadia guy, right?
Oh
no. The reason why
you're not gonna do your boy like that though. You're gonna do your boy like that.
Man,
hold on.
That man didn't mention Stadia like 2 years. Hey, look though.
Well, Google let me know.
Am I not mistaken, on Stadia, if I start a game like on one, like a laptop or something, can't I return to that same state? Not just the same, but that same state.
Put it like this. I believe that is the case. When it first came out, you had to do it within a certain amount of time, if I remember correctly. But I believe now it'll pick up from that state right away. But I haven't used Stadia pretty much since I beat Shadow the Tomb Raider on it, because I just don't have a need to play it. But so I can't answer that now. I know that you can do it though, and it was just less mature when they first came out, but I'm pretty sure that's probably the case now.
Okay, I mean it's not a big of a deal, but I think that's a pretty cool feature. If they could add that to xCloud, that'll be really cool. But it's not a make or break thing though. Just wanted to throw that in there. Did you get legendary post?
No,
Not talking about the super chat.
I just put that in there because just for the audience to know.
Okay, I'm back. Shout out to my brother from the foreign lands with the plan, the man with the crown.
The audience to know
who fixed his lining one day at a time. My brother, legendary villain with the nifty, filthy piece. You feel me? Big balling over here. Big UK Bucks. Fuck is y'all talking about? I'm on the show, but these guys are known like.
Wow.
That's cap. Okay, so we're gonna move along. And it's good that I got you on the. I got both of y'all on the show, because the next topic we're gonna move along to is the Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh
yeah. We finna stump. I thank you for the 50, brother, but we finna stump your ass out while you here, brother. Duly noted. Okay, so when Knights of the Old Republic was announced, pretty much, especially when it got announced for PlayStation, I know the Xbox community was kind of disappointed, and they was kind of questioning, like, well, how could y'all pass on this? How could y'all, decline this and
I
walk the
was.
bam? This game started on Xbox. He got his name and stuff on Xbox. What happened? And when it showed that Sony was getting it and it was going to be a time exclusive, the PlayStation fanboys went through the roof. You know what I'm saying? They went through the roof. And I don't blame them. That was a W at the time because that title was synonymous with Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so now they added, the PlayStation have a list, and the list changes based on two things. One, before the game come out. Two, the Metacritic score after it comes out. Okay. So before the game now comes out, the pony community, yeah, we got this. It's wrong. If that game come out and it's anywhere in the 70s or below, that name getting off that list. They ain't talking about it no more. They ain't claiming it.
No, I was never hyped for that game.
I was never hyped.
They deleting tweets.
They delete bro, I see it all the time, right? So they've been throwing Knights of the Old Republic in our face for the longest. And not only has it been delayed, it's been delayed indefinitely. Right? Now, if this was
all good just a week ago,
I couldn't imagine the articles, the headlines, and the talk on Twitter if this was in Microsoft hands and this happened.
Yeah, but that's different though. There's context.
I know it's always different with Microsoft.
No, I said the context is different though. Because
how so?
Go ahead. Yeah, explain this.
Context. Now, I'm not going to damage control for Knights of the Old Republic. That is Sony's managing. That's basically, but that's very rare that we actually talk about Sony's management. Let's be honest. It's very rare we talk about. At the same time, I am going to say they handled that. Like, what's the company does? What's the developer? Was it SP or
Asper? I don't even know.
Exactly. Why would you give a staple franchise?
Yeah, buddy.
To an unknown developer. Like, you actually have a developer that's known for remakes.
Yeah, let's look at this developer and see what they.
They're known because I remember when it first came out, there was hype, but there was a little small section of Twitter that was like, why would you give this to Aspire, who knew something about their history that they were not that great at developers?
Yeah, they're not great developers at all.
Quick question: is Sony publishing this title?
Yeah, Sony's publishing it.
Yeah, I think they have something to do with the. I don't know if they investing in. Let me see, Aspire. Let me see here.
Maybe this was going to be one of them organic purchases.
You know what?
They did Star Wars. Let me see, Jedi King in 2002. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 in 2004.
So I
think they were supporting
Stubbs the Zombie in 2005.
Yeah.
My opinion different from y'all though. I don't blame them from giving the
in 2003, but I don't know if these are cell phone games or what. But go ahead, my bad.
That's right. I don't blame them for giving a small developer a chance. It's such a big title. This could make or break that studio in the long term. My thing is, you rushing out to announce this game knowing it ain't even started. Like, we didn't even start working on it, and then you don't know what this developer. You really don't know what this developer can or can't do. So they should at least got like a splice or something to see what this game was going to be before they put it out there to the public. Because if it would have got canceled behind closed doors and we didn't know about it, I mean, it could have been swept under the rug. Like most games, we find out like 5 years later they was trying to make this type of game.
That was a support studio.
Yeah, like they're mostly known for ports.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. They ported a support studio that either support or ported. Because I'm seeing not only Star Wars, Knights of the Republican Commando. I see Call of Duty on here, True Crime, Battlefield, Wolfenstein. Yeah, why would you?
And I get you can't transfer like that IP over to Bluepoint because Bluepoint is busy with what's it again? With their remakes. But at least delay this or delay the announcement. You could even like put another game in that like part before actually announcing Knights of the Old Republic. So my issue with Sony on this part is your management for like which is very rare, but they did a horrible job. I'm sorry. They did a horrible job.
And Noah just made a great point too that I didn't even realize, right? Yeah. You announced a game that wasn't even in development. We're just now finding out that as of what last month or towards the end of last month or this month, they just provided a demo to what's the name for them to take a look at the game, to Sony and what's the other Lucasfilm. You're just now providing a demo of what you guys think the game should be, and you announced it. Man, that's the shit y'all be getting on Microsoft about.
No, I agree.
That's the shit y'all and it's crazy that how this is swept under the rug a bit. How when it comes to the media, it doesn't have as much of an impact as if this was Microsoft. You know how many articles will be out right now? With
yeah, it'd be like Platinum Games all over again.
Wait, for me to use the reason why I said context is, for instance, if Microsoft messes up on a multiplayer game, I'm like, but they're known for doing good multiplayer games. Yeah. If Sony messes up on a multiplayer game, that's totally different. I'm gonna be like, yo, you guys started doing multiplayer and
hold on. I understand your point, but that's if the multiplayer game comes out and it doesn't do well.
Yeah.
This is not that scenario.
I'm saying
go ahead, my bad, bro. Let me let you finish.
There's a parallel. The parallel is literally when someone is so good at doing something, which was Sony was good at managing studios. So when they drop the ball, I'm just like, yeah, you dropped the ball, and therefore you deserve harsh criticism for it. But I'm not going to go in because you have a track record of still managing your studios. Now, when it comes to Microsoft, there's been some blips here and there. So therefore, it's more understandable why people go in. So I get the parallel to multiplayer games. If Microsoft messes up with multiplayer games, I'm like, yeah, they've got Gears, they've got Halo, Call of Duty. Like, they've got so much. Sony, on the other hand, if they start messing up with multiplayer games, I'm going to be like, bro, you just started and you're already in this mess. So it's going to be different types of critiques when it comes to those two parallels.
I agree with you, Legendary, but it's a bigger problem than that, though. You got because Sony jumped the gun and tried to get the one up on Microsoft so bad that you come out here and announce this is not a small title. This is a Star Wars game. You come out here and announce a Star Wars game that ain't even seen the light of day as far as development.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's how bad it is.
Yo, what is Jim Ryan doing?
You know what Jim Ryan did? He looked at that trailer like we did and was hooked.
Yeah, this is what he tried to do.
Yeah,
and it didn't work to a degree. Yeah, I need to get people excited about PlayStation.
Yep,
we got a new Star Wars. I don't know what this thing gonna play like, but it's coming.
Oh,
because we've done the paperwork, we publishing it, and we're gonna brand it as a game that you're already familiar with. Knights of the Old Republic. This game might not even play like the classic game.
You know what I compare it to in terms of what he was trying to do? It's no different than when they lied to the PlayStation community and said all PS5 games will be exclusive to PS5 hardware. Because they did that because they wanted their community excited to go out and buy the hardware.
Exactly.
Soon as they went out and brought the hardware and they saw the record numbers coming in, then they came and said, okay, it's coming out on PlayStation 4 too, but we just wanted to make sure all our early adopters was going to go out.
Exactly.
And that is shit.
They didn't decide overnight that they were just going to bring it to PS4.
No, they're right.
Two, you also got to look at it like this. In terms of Microsoft Outlook, you can actually paint a picture of Microsoft Outlook over the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years on what's coming down the pipeline. I'm talking about games you can actually name and know. Yeah. In terms of Sony, you cannot do that with Sony. You know about God of War Ragnarok that's dropping this year. You know about Spider-Man 2 that's coming out next year. Yeah. You know Wolverine is coming, but you don't know when. But then you also know they have 25 titles in development. You don't know the name of none of those 25 titles, what genres they are in, or none of that, or when they're coming out. So in that case, when you do the Knights of the Old Republic, you kind of take the tension off of that because now your fan base is only talking about is Spider-Man 2, God of War, Ragnarok, Knights of the even in Wolverine, Knights of the Old Republic, and we got these games, but they can't tell you when they're coming out. And then you go to the Xbox side, and we're in the same state, but we get shunned for that when we bring up Hellblade. Well, tell me when it's coming out. And then Wolverine and Knights of tell me where you ain't finna see.
I think the biggest disappointment I seen from Microsoft, bro, was that Everwild. When the developer came out and said, "We don't even know what this game is going to be." Bro, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
That's Everwild. That's a new IP.
And Everwild looking fun. And guess what though? We stopped talking about. You don't see us talking about Everwild. Let me tell you something. We don't bring up Everwild. We don't talk about it. We don't put it in no list. We talk about Hellblade 2 because they showed us gameplay, and that showed us that it's probably closer than we think. But we don't talk about Everwild. We don't know what the fuck it is or what is.
I'm glad you think that.
What?
Every time I look at Ninja Theory Twitter, I'm like, man, this game ain't coming out for like the next 15 years. It feels like. Every time I look at their Twitter, they're talking about, we scanned in some leather, we scanned in some bricks, we scanned in this rock. I'm like, man, y'all don't stop.
I ain't gonna be lying. You right about that, bro. They just did the one with the birds and shit.
Bro. Every time they put out a tweet like that, like, man, this game ain't nowhere close to coming. Y'all was right. Y'all developed a slice of the game. That's what y'all developed.
I'm looking at that. I looked at that video and I see the bird. I'm waiting for some shit to happen, but nothing happened. It was just.
I can't say this though. This is the difference between Hellblade and
birds
Wolverine,
flying
bro.
around.
Wolverine, all we seen was CGI so far, right? At least Hellblade 2, we
Hellblade showing us stuff. I mean,
they show us gameplay.
They out here looking worse than Naughty Dog.
But we don't know when neither one gonna come out though. Like that's the thing.
Hellblade gonna release 2032 at this rate.
I think Wolverine gonna be incredible when we see it.
How far out do you guys think games should be announced if that's the case?
I think I'm in a.
That's a
man,
that's a fickle question.
Yeah,
and the reason why I say that is because as gamers, you want to know what's coming down the line, but when they tell you and it's too far out, you're complaining that it's too far. Why you tell me now? Then on the other hand, when they wait and to tell you when it's close, you're complaining because they're not being as transparent as you want them to be in terms of when they tell you it's coming. So it's a I don't know, man. You either complain when you have to wait, and you gonna complain if they don't tell you.
Product of this because of this social media. So remember when we was kids, we ain't know about nothing coming out till we looked at the Game Pro,
the magazine.
But by the time it hit those magazines, they had hard release dates. You know, whereas now, E3 shows and things like that, we just want to know what you got in the pipeline.
Yeah, the magazines. When the magazines gave you a release date, them bitches came out.
Yep. They did came out. And then if it was broke, it was broke. So we couldn't download no patch back then. You just exploited the game, bro.
It was an exploit if it was broke.
If you stand near this wall for 5 seconds and spam next, you get invincibility. We're
they couldn't fix that shit, and I don't think they can because as long as they was moving, physical units, back then. The goal for studios back then was what? If you sold 1 million or 2 million units back then,
you broke a record.
You broke a record. Yeah,
you was getting you was definitely
getting to the bag, and you was profiting.
Enough now.
You was that ain't enough. 2 million, shit. Studios get get thrown the fuck out for a game selling 2 million copies now. Shit.
I will say this. This is why I think it's a problem. If you notice, I'm because I know a lot of people who are console dudes. like talk this whole PC stuff, like they PC gamers because they got great rigs or whatever.
Dang, I feel like that was a shot at me.
Nah, it ain't a shot at you. It's not a shot. It's not a shot. Hold on. I want you to notice something. You notice
He's
most of
sending subliminal shots. I'm telling you, don't let him fool you. He don't let him fool you. He's sending shots.
I'm not. Not at Noah. Not at Noah.
I know
But
it ain't at Noah.
but if you notice the PC guys in the console war community never are complaining about they have no games. You notice that? Yep. Even though both sides make fun of them, they're never complaining because if you're a real PC gamer, how PC gamers are, they have one or two main games that they play all the time. And then when a game that they want comes out, they take a break from their main game and go play that for 3 or 4 days because PC games are more about community than anything. Well, kind of like what Destiny is like for console. That's pretty much what the PC community is like. The console community, on the other hand, is
we need a new game every week, bro.
Exactly. The most transient community of gamers I have ever seen. All right. Okay.
We didn't beat the first stage of the last game you bought, but you still
exactly. And when I look on Twitter, particularly between PlayStation and Xbox, most of it is on the PlayStation side only because they push the exclusives so much. And I'm like, guys, your exclusives last y'all for like 3-4 days. Then you back to playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So you talk about all y'all are eating. Well, all I see is about 10 days worth of gameplay of eating from your exclusives, and then you're back to third party. At least on Microsoft's games, you can play those for an extended period of time. Everybody makes fun of me in Discord about me playing Killer Instinct. I've been playing Killer Instinct since 2016, and I'll probably now stop playing it. But I tell every single pony that I'm like, I probably got more one Microsoft first party game than you got all third party Sony games.
But I think that's one of the things that Jim Ryan recognized, and he said that with the last what was that meeting they had where those papers came out, and he said they're no longer doing it the old way in terms of focusing on first party AAA games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That that they have to expand their reach in terms of the different genres, because you get these games that's selling 10 and maybe 13 million, and from a fanboy perspective, it's cool to use that as ammo and say, look, our games did this and your game didn't do this, and then but from a corporate perspective, from a business perspective, what the community is celebrating for 10 million sold, Jim Ryan up in that courtroom like, what the fuck are we doing? In that meeting, like, nah, we got to do better than this. And I think that's why they're gonna rush that sense of urgency to get those games as a service out. Those games that have lasting playability for years. For years, not just a couple of months, not just a couple of weeks, not just 1 week. Fortnite is a game that will be played for years. Minecraft, Call of Duty, these games will be played. They have services built inside of them to have their community play them for years, and people even still going back to the old Call of Duties and playing those. PlayStation, if you look at their catalog, first party wise, they don't have not one game that does that. Microsoft has a Halo that does that. When Forge come out, if y'all been focusing on the leaks from Forge,
it looks fire.
That shit finna change the fucking game. And you can pretty much, with that scripting system, you can pretty much build and create your own game. Bro, I know they shitting on Halo now, but when that comes out, that shit's gonna be fucking huge. Gears of War, Minecraft, Forza Horizon, all these games will be played for years.
Remember
hey, hold on.
All that hate thrown on CFC.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, here we go.
So you motherfuckers don't do a show without me?
Here we go.
Look, we was waiting on your ass. waiting on your ass for 3 hours.
Hey Mello, hey, this what we thought happened, bro. Let me
we
tell
waiting
you
on
what
your
we thought
ass for
happened.
3 hours, bro. Noah
Mello,
dropped out and left
you-
me alone. I said, Noah, Noah asked me a question. Look, Mello, Noah asked me a question. He said, what about the woo out the bam? And I'm going there looking woo out the bam. I'm like, yeah, but this and that, and this and that. And then I looked at the other window. This nigga Noah was gone. I
didn't even know I was gone. But look, let me tell you what I thought you would. I said, bro, I said, Post, you know, the Mega Millions are hit in Illinois. And normally Mello be the first one in here. I said he must have hit that lottery.
I'd have dipped the fuck up out of here, man. You ain't lied now one bit of that motherfucker, boy. And it was in the plains. Man, come on. I'd have been gone. I wouldn't have packed shit up. But no, I was just fucking with you.
We would have heard from Mello in months.
Fuck months, nigga. I just changed my name, nigga. What you talking about?
Hey, you would have came back eventually.
No, I wouldn't.
Came back.
Hey, nigga, I got a whole
B. Mello? I'm in Spain.
I got a B, nigga. I'm out. I'm on my Beyonce shit, nigga.
I'm going too. Look. I'm gonna tell them don't say my name until I touch down in my destination. Don't put me on camera or nothing.
You can't do that in Chicago. You gotta get that shit anonymously.
Yeah, okay.
Nigga, I'm telling you, if anybody, bro, they would have. If nigga, you want that in Chicago, nigga, they would have been on your ass the same day. Family members and everything. You would have had to move the whole family about that. I'm telling you. Oh man. So, but
Titus said he would have came back after the month after you spent all the damn money.
But I'm spending a B in a month. Something wrong with you. Yeah,
it could be
y'all
done,
can
bro.
keep the show going. I'm finna drop out.
Again?
Yeah, I'm finna drop. I gotta go to work. It's
damn, this is 9 to 5 and this shit.
It's 5:54. I gotta be at work at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna drop out, but y'all can if it'll let y'all continue.
It might kick us from your channel.
No, it shouldn't kick. It should kick off.
Are you sure, bro?
It should still broadcast. Let me see.
You got the keys to the Jeep wagon and shit. We can't.
I'm finna test it right now. Hold on.
Oh, really? You're doing the Sony right now? Okay, cool. go test it. Okay.
What's up, Chad? Hold on. Y'all want us to continue? What y'all want to do?
I think we still continuing.
What up, Max City? Titus, old regular ass. What up, boy? I don't know who these adult people are. We gotta get that up out of here. All right, Mike. All right. Ponies hurt. What they heard about? What y'all talking? Man, y'all been in here? How long y'all been in here? Tidy kid, man. Next time I see you on my block, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking brains out. Pause, nigga. Talking all that shit on them games, man. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Wait, what happened to Noah?
I don't know. He tried to run up on me on some what's wrong?
Noah's frozen or something? What's going on?
Don't tell me they done broke the Discord.
Where the hell is
He said oppose the guy to push and pee. Damn.
What the hell is Noah? Because he's meant to take control of all of these topics.
I about to say what y'all done touched on already, man.
We touched like Post invited me, as the pony connoisseur, invited me to the
willingly came in here as a pony connoisseur. Well, you different.
Of course. But at the same time, I had to keep it real. And I couldn't cap for the financials. So I kind of explained my opinion on the financials. So yeah.
Just a little synopsis of what you said. What did you say?
Well, because obviously the echo chamber in the PlayStation community is based on Sony can't do anything wrong. And I was like, yes, they can. They need to do day and date as fast as possible. And they need to broaden their horizon when it comes to single player games and also do some multiplayer games. Hence, Jim Ryan talking about, 10 live service games before 2025.
Okay.
So I think that goes to show you just can't depend on single player games because the resources on that is freaking expensive as hell. So
let me ask you this. So when you heard Jim Ryan say that our focus on single player has caused us to, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Our heavily focused on AAA, highly single player based games has put us in a corner where we now have to catch up in the multiplayer aspect of video gaming. How did you take that? How did you take that news when it first came out?
Well, kind of good and bad, because the good bit is PlayStation gets diversity in terms of the type of game lineups that is pushed into the PlayStation platform, which is good. However, the bad bit is what type of game as a service game. Are we just going to have the run-of-the-mill typical game as a service game, or are you guys actually going to take time and effort to actually make each game as a service game as unique as possible from each other? Because obviously games as a service creates more revenue as time goes on. You could put microtransactions, skins, like games like Fortnite. However, some games can be very generic at the same time. So that's how I took it, good and bad. However, it had to happen because all we have as of right now is just single player games, and that's stupid. So yeah, I'm definitely for it.
But so you kind of like agree with the whole panic buy aspect of Bungie, and what did you agree with the number that they spent for Bungie?
I don't agree with the number they spent for Bungie, because I think people are trying to. I think for me, realistically, Bungie is worth like a maximum of probably 1 billion, to be fair, because I think Destiny generates something around 200 to 300 million per year. So if we were to adjust the normal equation, you're going to be 4x that. So your company is probably worth at least 1.5, 1.4, 1.5.
Yeah, true. But when it comes to the, gotta play devil's advocate with it.
Yeah.
Typically when it comes to you buying a company, you're looking for their future foresight. So
yeah,
Bungie, in a sense, we have something that you guys don't have, which is the online service. You don't think that is worth that? What they spent by what?
No, because you have other companies which could also be bought for lower. So you even have people like, let's say, companies like CD Projekt Red, who did Cyberpunk. I'm pretty sure, even though they do a lot of single player games, I'm pretty sure CD Projekt Red has the capacity to do online multiplayer as well, and it can be very efficient as well. But 3.2 billion, I think that was very expensive. I know like, was it 1.5 billion was used as incentives to keep the devs over a period of time.
Yeah, they wanted to keep them at a period of time. The games are not just exclusive to Microsoft. I mean, not Microsoft, but Sony. They can do third party as well as future deals, future projects.
Yeah, I do think the negotiation around Bungie was weird, in my opinion, because this is 3.2 billion, right?
Right.
3.2, and you literally have no leverage, and it's your company dictating to you. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. No, I'm not saying games should be exclusive. I'm just coming from the concept of, I'm spending this amount of money from a knowledge standpoint, but at the same time, I can't make any I can't dictate to you, but I have to pay you at the same time.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's just hostile takeover. It's one of them aspects where I know you have a weakness, and we are providing the service for your weakness that's going to not only benefit our games, but your future products. So whatever exclusive titles y'all are dealing with that need an online service, you're going to have to come through us, in a sense, because we do it the best on your console, because there's nobody else doing it at this moment. So you're gonna have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to open up that purse for that type of demand, in a sense. But
I understand that, but at the same time, I can see an aspect where you could have bought other developers, which
is CD Projekt Red even up for sale?
Sorry?
Is CD Projekt Red, because you mentioned CD Projekt Red, is they even up for sale?
But obviously, like I said, a lot of companies can be up for sale based on how much you're willing to spend, right? Like every company, in my opinion, is available for sale. Like from a Sony or Microsoft or Amazon standpoint, I'm pretty sure if Microsoft offers CD Projekt Red 3.2 billion to sell, I'm pretty sure they'll take it. I'm pretty sure that company will be sold to Microsoft.
Yeah, they definitely gonna take that.
Exactly. So all companies, like money talks. So all companies will definitely sell. My problem with Sony and Bungie is I understand knowledge base will be shared towards different studios from a Bungie aspect, but in terms of dictatorship, you can't dictate anything to Bungie, which is weird. I'm not talking about making stuff exclusive, but I'm talking about what about you try to dictate to Bungie, well, I need this game released at a certain timeline, even though it's third party, but you can't even do that as well. So that's kind of a weird one with Bungie, but regarding multiplayer in general, I definitely think Jim Ryan is making is walking a fine line right now regarding the multiplayer. So I'm just going to see how this plays out.
What's up? Hold on, wait. How you think it's going to play out? I'm about to say right now it's interesting because if we looking at 2022 as of right now, what did you guys have exclusive wise? It was Forza Horizon, and then you had GT7,
yeah,
and then of course you had the exclusive deals with Sifu, Ghostwire Tokyo, Stray, whatever the fuck that is, and then and right now everyone is like, when it comes to the pony aspect, because I'm new, I don't know you like that, so I can't really put you in a category of what's what. But for the most part of what I've been hearing, that's one of the reasons why I go into the Twitter space, because I like this hitter engagement of where the conversation is going when news come out with certain groups.
Yeah.
Now everyone is banking on God of War, of course. Yeah. Now, seeing that God of War is only dropping in November, and we are in July right now, that's a serious gap there. And I remember, and when it comes to Microsoft, in their gaps is always they need to fire Phil, they need to let him go. We don't have no games, they don't have no games to play. What is your take on this so-called gap now that's pretty much evolved since this year, where there's not really too much to play on the Sony side of things outside of third party?
Okay, so I will actually give you my standpoint as a PlayStation fan, not a freaking pony.
Please help me, because I'm trying to see. I'm trying to gauge right now.
Okay. Oh man, how can I explain this so that it's easily digestible? Okay, so PlayStation fans understand Sony have good bits regarding the gaming aspects of the PlayStation ecosystem, and there's also bad bits as well when it comes to the same ecosystem. Sony fans understand that just because your game is exclusive doesn't make your game a good game. Sony fans understand that it is hard to make games, and sometimes it takes a certain amount of years for said games to be released. So it's understandable that for now, until those games are released, I will continue playing the normal games, maybe the CODs, the Fortnites, just to get me by until the same game gets released. Now, those are Sony fans. Ponies, on the other hand, they're totally different. I can't explain the whole Twitter beefs, the whole echo chambers regarding Twitter spaces.
Right.
Sony can't do any wrong. I don't understand that. And I think that came from, I will say this I do think this came from the transition from 360 to PS4. That is my opinion.
But yeah.
The PlayStation 3 was
They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, so I would be a fool to leave my eyes exposed. In the dark I glow, I got neo soul, so with my eyes closed I can see a lot when it's told. I've been exposed to stories of rose made with pure gold, pearly white gates with the diamond handles. Trying to hustle hard so my family can go down Wall Street without them folks calling us broke. I've been rich before, bro, but not in this lifetime. These kids got swag, but it's not quite like mine. Walked in the crib, my girl watching that Lifetime. She hit me with a question, now I'm down in my lifeline. My life is like a show that hasn't made it to prime time. I'ma skip that prime time and chill in the limelight. A 9mm don't shoot like a 4.5. Mathematic flow, boy, I'm spitting that Einstein. Dog, I swear I must have killed that pussy like 9 times. Now she spoiled and she wanna dine and some fine wine. We ain't jewelry shopping, but you just picked a fine time. Peace, I gotta go, I drop you off at the bus line. I used to kick dirt, now when I travel I touchdown. Who's gonna make you eat dirt for talking about us? Nah, used to be a boy, I'm on my grown man-ish. And if your life sucks, I'm trying to get to know that bitch. If he's cool, then baby, I'm cold as shit. Matter of fact, I don't know nobody cold as this. I'm built for this itch, they trying to study my blueprints. I'm so Swayze, like I studied the blueprint.
Money coming in, so we up now. When I was broke, they wouldn't touch down. Started from the bottom of the bed, man. Had to get it fast, with no vision. We was lights out, trying to find a way out. Damn, look where I'm at now. I used to be on rocky grounds, but it's solid now. Homies I used to call friends, they ain't solid now. Situations change, I got problems now. Never worry about the haters, focus on the win. When I was down and out, they weren't focused in. Get a little bread, they all focused in. I chose to look at life through a different lens. And my lady stayed down for it all. Take flight, touchdown, we don't round trip at all. We stay, fuck up the towns and the malls. Her day for being down for the cause.